Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you guys are doing well. So, the process that we are going through right now could be described as waking up, cleaning up, growing up. Waking up means seeing, experiencing who we really are, and stepping out of our false narratives, out of our false identifications with our body, with our conditioned mind, with our emotions, with our concepts, our philosophies. That's waking up. And waking up has been going on for quite a while on planet Earth, actually. Many big teachers have, taught, the Buddha, it's called waking up, enlightenment, etc. But what is relatively new is cleaning up. And cleaning up has to do with diving into your shadow and also really addressing the dark stuff. So not just going to the light, not just experiencing yourself as light and love, but also facing your demons, all the stuff that has not been cleaned up, the shadow. And that is relatively new. I mean, maybe for the last 100 years or so, we really got into that with psychology, psychiatrists, and that is also the reason why many of the big teachers and gurus of the past have been very woken up. They are very clear about who they are and they can tap into source, etc. But many times when you get to know them more intimately, more personally, they turn out to be like, sometimes really big jerks, like really unfriendly to their family, or there's sexual misconduct, or there's power abuse. And I met quite a lot of these people, and I was always wondering, how is that possible? How can you be so woken up? How can you be so, in touch with source and with spirit, and at the same time do these silly things, which don't really match with that. But that is because they haven't faced their shadow. And so that's something that humanity is waking up to, and we're really getting into now, which is good. And so you can't go to the light if you don't take your shadow along. We really have to face our demons. And that is not only on an individual scale happening right now, but also on a planetary scale. So lots of stuff is coming up right now, lots of dark stuff is coming up right now, and which is not necessarily nice, but it's part of growing up, which is the third aspect. And growing up has a lot to do with stepping out of our childish behaviors. When you look at humanity right now, we are still very much like children, behaving like children. My daddy is stronger than your daddy. My God is better than your God. My political party is better than your political party, and we're still fighting with each other like we used to do when we were small. The only difference is that we do it in a suit and a tie now. But nothing really has changed that much. So that is what we are learning now. We're waking up, we're cleaning up, and if we do, then we can grow up. And that's a beautiful process, and I'm very hopeful right now. I'm seeing that all this stuff is happening, but we do have to go through the darkness. Unfortunately, we really have to face all this stuff, and it's all for the best, because we can't really go on. We don't want to go on the way we've been going on for a long time now, sort of denying ourselves, denying the atrocities that have gone on this planet. And it's really time to grow up and to step into a new reality. So if you're doing this process, if you're in these 3 steps, I salute you. I think you're very courageous, and you're not just doing this for yourself, but you're doing it for all of us. You're helping all of us to step into a new evolutionary phase, which will be a lot more balanced and loving and good for everybody, not just for a few people, but for all of humanity. So thank you very much for that. My name is Tijn. I'm from Amsterdam. I love you very much. I think you're very courageous to do this. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you for being here.